To create a Google form, first click Create, and then choose Form.
The first thing you'll be able to do is title your form, and then choose a template for it. A template just shows what the form will look like when you're finished.
Once you've chosen a template, you'll be able to start editing the form. At the very top you have the form settings. Now there are three options that you can choose or not choose when creating your form. First one is to require a Denton ISD login to view the form. This just means that anyone that completes the form you create will either have to have their Denton ISD login or will not have to have it. The next one is to automatically collect a respondent's Denton ISD username. In other words, if you select this one, then it will automatically take their username and put it in with your results. The third option is to show a progress bar at the bottom of form pages. What this means is that if someone's taking your survey and you have more than one page in the form, it will show them how far along they are as they complete it. Below the form settings, you have your first page of the form. Many forms are only on one page, so you may not have to create more than one. The first part of the page is the title of the form, and then below that is a form description. That's a good place to put instructions if you need to add some. Then you have your questions. Now with a form, you can create many different types of questions, including text questions, paragraph text if you want more than a few words of an answer. You can choose multiple choice questions, check boxes where you have multiple items to choose from and you can choose more than one. You can have people choose from a drop-down list. You can also have a scale question, a grid, date, and time. Creating and editing questions is pretty straightforward. You'll make the question title, you'll have your help text if you need to add a little bit of an extra explanation for the question. You'll choose the type of question, and then you have your answer choices if it's a multiple choice type question. You also have the option to require the question. If you select this, then anyone who doesn't answer that question will not be able to submit the form until they do. On the top right of each question, you have three buttons. The first one on the left is the Edit button. This toggles back and forth between editing the question and not editing it. The next one is the Duplicate button. If you want to create another question that's very similar or the exact same as the question you're currently editing, you can duplicate it by pressing this button. And then the last one is the Delete button. If you don't want to have that question anymore, you can just delete it. To create another question, you can open the Add Item drop-down. Here you can choose what type of question you want to add, or you can also add different layout items. Section headers make it easy to identify different parts within a form if necessary. A page break creates another page in your form if you'd like to have more than one page. And you can also embed images and videos in your form. Now, the videos come from YouTube and the images can be uploaded from your computer. The last part of the form editor is the confirmation page section at the bottom. Here you can customize the message that will be seen when the form is submitted. You can also allow or prevent respondents from submitting another form. If you'd like people to see the results, you can provide the link to the results. This is not recommended if the information you are collecting needs to be private to only you. You can also allow responders to make corrections to their form before they submit. Google defaults to only the first box being checked though. Once you've completed editing the form, you can also check to see what it'll look like when the students receive it. To do this, click View Live Form, and your form will open in a new tab. This is what it will look like from the student's perspective. When a student completes a form, their responses go to a spreadsheet that is also housed in your drive. The spreadsheet is generally named the same thing that your form is, only it has responses in parentheses at the end of the file name. Every set of responses will be displayed in this spreadsheet, and it will update automatically as more people submit the form. You have three options when it comes to getting the form to those who need to complete it. Click the Send Form button on the right side of the screen. The first option is to use the form's web address. You can copy this link and paste it into an email, or place it on your website for students to access. If you're comfortable with HTML, you can also copy and embed code and embed the form in your website. This places the form itself rather than a link to it on your website so students can complete the form within your site. The last way is to send the form to specific people by searching for them in the Send Form via Email field. The easiest way is probably to simply copy the link and place it in your website. There's more to forms than what you've seen in this video, but this information should be enough to get you started creating and using forms with your students. Thanks for watching.